Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Before I start, I forgot to record taking off the airbox. So to take off the airbox, there's a little red clip for the mass airflow sensor that you need to push up, and then you unscrew a 7mm, and then it should pop right out. Alright, so first we're going to start off by taking off a 15mm nut. All the bolts will be 15mm as long as with the only nut here. Now, as you can tell, I'm kind of struggling, and this was 10 in the morning, so I was kind of half asleep, and we were arguing about if the ratchet was on the right way or not, which was kind of funny. This was a new ratchet, so we didn't really know which way was left and which way was right at this point in time. But yeah, before you even start this, for the most part, you want to get under the car, take off the skid plate, and then put a jack under the engine right on the oil pan and jack it up, because we are going to be taking off the motor mount. You would usually want to jack that up first. Well, you should. It's not really an option. I don't know why GM designed it that way, but they did. GM makes life a lot harder sometimes. I don't know why they did it like this, but they did it like that. Yeah, but for these two bolts that we're removing right here, you want to use an extension because they're quite down there. They're very deep bolts. As you will see in a minute when I start removing this next one, it will smack the airbox quite a bit, which is quite funny to me. You could remove the what's called the tube. You can remove it farther down if you want. Make sure you shove a towel or something in there so no dirt gets in there. There's also a little bottom hole that you also want to plug just to make sure no dust gets in there or dirt. But yeah, we're going to take off this top part of the motor mount. And then I also forgot to record taking off the bottom half of the motor mount, but as you'll see here in a second, I have a diagram to show you how the motor mount is supposed to be taken off. Yep, there it is. There's the smacking of the airbox. Dung, 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 dung. Smacking the hell out of it. So, yeah, for the most part, these bolts are just really long. It'd be easier if you had like an electric ratchet or an impact or something, but I don't have power tools at the moment, so we're going to work with what we got. And we are going to use our little ratchet. And then also for the belt tensioner, since we are going to be replacing the belt tensioner, but you're going to need these bits anyway. You need an E14 and an E12, which I don't know why they didn't make it like a normal one for the belt tensioner, because normally you just put in, I think, like a 3/8 or 1.5, and usually it just goes in and makes life easier, but they didn't do that, so yeah, but we're going to break these 3 bolts loose next, and they're quite on there because they have to be torqued down, well, because they're motor mount. If you have a jack, which makes life easier, you could also use a cherry picker to hold up the engine, or you could use a jack like we did. You could use up to I think you could use a 1 ton or a 2 ton. Just use a 3 ton, to be honest. One with a flat attachment at the bottom just makes life a lot easier because it's flat and it won't dig into the oil pan. Because you don't want to crack your oil pan if you have. Because we started out using a 2 ton, but it has teeth on the jack, and we didn't really want to put those on the oil pan and hopefully it'll crack. But here's the diagram I was talking about. I'm on the we removed the top piece here. We removed the top piece, all these bolts. And then the bottom one has 2 bolts on the side and then 1 at the bottom. So you'll need to remove that. That is the bottom motor mount. You just remove the 2. You're probably going to need an extension or a breaker bar of some sort if you really want to. A breaker bar would make life a lot easier, and then you can get to the belt tensioner. So here is the belt tensioner. You need to use the middle bolt of the belt tensioner to get the belt off. I don't know why I recorded it like that, but it's fine. Here's the little diagram for that as well, because I didn't record us taking it off. There's the middle bolt right there that you need to actually loosen the belt. Yep. And then you pull it, you push it downwards and it should just loosen it, and then you're able to take off the belt, the whole belt. And then you can remove the top belt bolt right there, and then the bottom bolt. And then in reverse order, when you're putting in the top bolt is an E12, or an E14. The bottom bolt is an E12. And then when you install the new belt tensioner, you want to install the bottom bolt first, and then the top bolt next. And then there's also a little pin in the belt tensioner. You could pull that out so you can push the belt tensioner down so you can put on the new belt on the engine. I suggest taking a picture of the belt so you know how it was routed, or just look up a little diagram like this and it should tell you how the belt goes on. And then this is us taking off the motor mount with the new part in and the new belt. I didn't record it because it was kind of a pain, to be honest. But yeah, that's it. Thank you.